Okay, I thought maybe I'd show you what we got done. Oh shoot, he's running a chainsaw over there. Um, okay, so I thought show you what we have recently got accomplished. We painted the, I did, painted the cabinets on each side of the door blue, which will go with, that's kind of my color scheme, I guess. Um, and Anyway, so we got that finished before we went on our little trip last weekend. Then this, if you can see it, is our mattress and back. Our mattresses actually, when you pull the bed out, it the one in the back flattens out, and so we've got that. We're trying to figure out a way to make the bed a little bit more comfortable because it's kind of hard. It's on the mattresses. 4-inch mattresses lay on 1x4s. So, no, not yet. Larry's asking me about trash. Okay, so you can see the inside of that cabinet is painted blue, and the chair is kind of turned sideways. The big project for today was running our propane line because our stove will sit here. And so we had to drill a hole through there, and the back behind this is a small space for the drawer cabinet, which sticks out into that cabinet that's down below. So there was a couple, maybe an inch and a half or so. So we ran a wire through the space and grabbed a hold of this end here and worked it around so it came out the hole. So that was the big project for today. That aluminum, here is the circle that came out of that hole. That is like probably three 25-cent pieces thick. And so it's quite a challenge to get that cut. And this is what we do it with. This right here. The next challenge is drilling a hole to run the water lines through. The water tank will sit where you see that black hole is a cabinet, and the water tank will sit on the top shelf of that cabinet, and it will have the water lines will have to run through the side. Let's see. There, and then run across the back and come out over here because that's where we will be putting our sink. So there. So that's and until we have we have not bought our I forget what you call that red and blue colored PEX, the PEX. We have not bought that yet. Our water tank arrived today, so we got that. So we got to start anyway, and then I'm not gonna take it out. Our thing, we don't have a sink yet. The thing that goes on the bottom of the sink, the drain, that is in that other drawer space. It's sitting in there. Then our neighbor came down. He and his wife both just retired from the Johnson County Corrections, and he came down and looked around to see what we were doing. He was here after we'd had it home a couple days, so he hadn't really seen the changes that we made. But Anyway, he said he had 2 boxes full of DVDs and CDs in the back of his truck, and would we like to have them? And if there was anything in there that we didn't want, just just to pitch them. So that's what is in these boxes. These are all the CDs. And then these are all the movies. Apparently it was a collection that his mother had. And I told Larry, I said, a lot of this looks like stuff that an older person like our age would have. Like old movies, 1940s and 50s movies. And that I can totally get into that. Let's see. There's a whole collection of old Carol Burnett TV shows. And there's a whole bunch of those. And most of it is just like, oh, here's Sergeant York. Oops, sorry. Sergeant York. Just a whole bunch of stuff. The best of the Glenn Campbell music shows from 1972 and 1975. We'll take a look at them and see if we like them. Oh, there's another old movie from probably the 50s, an old musical. There's a whole bunch of old musicals in here, and that's right up my alley. If we take a trip somewhere and we end up having bad weather and we have to be stuck in here, rather than arguing over whose television show we're going to watch, we got movies to watch. So that will be great. Trying to think of if there's anything else that I want that I can show you that we've done. Not really, I guess. So I think this is where the cabinet we're keeping our dishes and stuff in. And we'll just keep that stuff in here. A big cast iron pan that I bought. It's been sitting on my stove for a while. So anyway, this let me open this up. This cabinet here was a huge tangle of wires, and a lot of them were not connected to anything. So I started fishing through and figuring out, a lot of them were like this, just loose. And so I started fishing through and untangling and trying to figure out where what wasn't connected to anything. So we took some stuff apart yesterday. The oxygen sensor thing was in this, and it was still connected, and every time you turned the engine on, the thing squealed like crazy. So we finally got that completely disconnected, and it's gone. So anyway, some of the stuff is operable. Lights. These are lights. The fluorescent lights, we took them out. We took the fluorescent lights out when we took this board here down. And but the dome lights work. When the engine is on, this lights up, but I have no idea what it is. It's not labeled. But the aspirator, the vent, and the electric oxygen is all disconnected. So, and then this is the air conditioning and heating system, but it doesn't really seem to work. So I don't know what we're going to do about that, but anyway, so that's what's going on with the ambulance for right now. We'll just have to figure out what our next step is going to be. Talk to you later. Bye.